Hey, welcome back to our car application. We're demonstrating some things in C# of how to use classes and lists and make a simple program. So what we did in the previous video is we created a loop here that says while action doesn't equal 0, then just tell them what the action was. Now I'm going to actually do some different choices. So I've told the user to enter a 0, a 1, 2, or a 3. So let's start with the first item, which is called 1, how to add a car to the inventory. So what we need inside of here is a case statement to tell us we can do different kinds of actions. So let's do a switch, and we're going to do a switch on the word action. So what does that mean? It means that we are going to handle a variety of cases. So let's say the first one is case 1. So I'm going to do a 1 : and now I can do some things in here that will create a new car. So let's do a console write to give the user a message. Okay, so let's print out a message that says you chose to add a new car to the inventory. Now let's define 3 values. Let's call it car make, car model, and car price, and give them a default value of no string, and 0. So the first prompt is going to ask, what is the car make? And we'll provide them with the idea that it's either Ford, GM, Nissan, or something like that. And then we're going to assign the value of car make to be whatever string that they type in here. So the second parameter that we're going to change is the car model. So I'll give them a prompt that says what is the car model. It's a Corvette, Focus, Ranger, etc. And then we'll also do a read line to capture the value of the car model. Alright, so the third parameter is the car's price. So in this case, car price is going to be assigned to whatever they put in at the read line, but we're going to parse that and interpret it as an integer. And so this is another opportunity for the program to crash if the user doesn't do what he's told. So if he puts in letters here, the program's going to die. So the next thing I want to do is create a new car. So we'll use the constructor that has parameters in it. So we'll call our object new car and define it using car make, model, and car price. Now I would like to add this car to the store. However, as you can see, I deleted all the items that had referred to store. So let's go to the beginning here and create a new store. So let's go with a store and we'll call it S equals a new store. So we have a store to work with and it's just called S. So now down here after the new car, I can say S dot car list. Let's see if I can get that right here. Let's see, car list, and then we can type in add, and then we're going to add the new car. Now I would also probably like to print the inventory for the car to see what's in there. So let's do a new function. Let's call it print inventory. And so we'll send it the S object. Now obviously print inventory doesn't work. So let's do a show what we can do. So we can generate the method. And let's see, where did it put it? And print inventory is down here. So let's go and print everything in the store. So let's go another for each loop. Alright, so in my print inventory command, I'm going to run a for loop, and it will print out each car, so the car in the list S, and it will just print the items. Okay, so I have an error here that says I need to actually specify that S is not what I'm looking for, but s.carList. Okay, so that should work now. Let's come up here and let's do a final statement. So you notice here that we've got an error. It says control cannot fall out of the switch form, so we need to have a break statement. Okay, so it's time to test this out. Let's go ahead and run the app and see if we can add some new cars. Okay, so I get the welcome message. It says, what do you want to do? I'm going to select item number 1. It says you chose 1, you're going to add an inventory. So what's my car? It's going to be a Ford, a Focus. And its cost is going to be $9,234. And it prints me my inventory. Let's do one more. So add another one. This one's going to be called a Chevy Blazer, and he's going to be $15,000. And there is 2 items. So you can see as I add these things, they seem to work. Let's take a look here at the print store items here. So right now I'm printing the C.model, C.make, and C.price. What would happen if I just said this? If I want to print C, can I do that? Well, I could. However, I'm not going to get what I expect. Let's run this again and see what happens if I just print the letter C. It should print a car, but it's not going to. Okay, so I'm going to add a car. Let's do a Ford Focus, and the price is 123. So it does show me here that it has a car class library.car, but it didn't print what I expected. So let's fix that. The problem is when we print C, it's expecting to have a toString method. Let's go look at the car class here. So back in the classes, we have the three properties, and we have a method for a constructor, another constructor. What I'm going to make now is going to be able to make this print properly. So let's do public toString. All right, so you can see that I'm going to add the toString method. We're going to return the make, the word make, and then literally the make of the car, and then model, and price, and the $price. So that would print out all of the items that I'm expecting in a car. However, we have a message up here that says you have made an error. It's not really an error, but it's a suggestion. It says you have overridden an implementation of a class. So all classes have a toString method, and you forgot to use the word override. So it says here add override keyword. Okay, so we can override that. So let's go to the beginning here and type in override. And what do we got now? So the error goes away, and now the toString method is defined. So it should print like this. So let's go back into our program, and now when we do a print of the C, let's see what happens when the car is printed. Okay, so here's my application. Let's type in a 1, and let's try the Ford Focus again. And this time you can see that the car is printed out properly. It says make, Ford, model, Focus, price, and then the actual $sign in front of it. So the toString method seems to be working now. So that simplifies the print inventory command a little bit. All right, so I've got my store inventory working. So if I type in 0 to quit, it closes and my store is gone. That's a good stopping point. Let's move on to adding items to the cart and then checking out in a few minutes.